Hello and welcome back to the channel. So despite the fact that Eminem and Conway released Bang since July, Genius went ahead with the headline, Eminem wants to be compared to Nas, B.I.G and Tupac, which is quite misleading on its own because 1. This is not new since the song has been out for a while now, and 2. It's worded in a way to make it seem like Eminem doesn't already know that he's usually compared to those artists. In my experience, Eminem has been compared to those guys for nearly 20 years now, so reporting it like this now, especially from the point of view from someone who hasn't listened to the song, makes it seem like Eminem doesn't already know that. Context is everything when it comes to things like this, but we know most people only read headlines, so of course it's bound to raise some eyebrows. And when it comes to Eminem, all these websites care about is getting clicks with mostly trash articles to diminish his significance. Remember the one from Rolling Stone the other time that claimed Stan was a single from the Eminem show? Genius is not much better here, as this song has been out since July. I believe Eminem is also one of the top searched artists on the Genius website, even in 2019, but guess what? They released their top 100 albums of the 2010s and not a single Eminem album makes the list, a list that is filled with albums that even critics panned. I just looked it up and used Ctrl F to search Eminem since I wasn't gonna look through the entire list, but when it's time to use Eminem with misleading headlines that will get negative responses, they love it. So how does Twitter react to this? You know from the video I released yesterday. This is predictable. Check that video out if you missed it, where Eminem said it himself that he knows his fans take a lot more disrespect than the fans of others. You can find it at the link that pops up now. So according to this user, too bad he ruined it with Revival and Kamikaze LOL. So according to this guy's logic, Revival and Kamikaze, 2 albums in 9 major solo projects, is enough to ruin Eminem's GOAT status, and you have to wonder how exactly do people spew such nonsense and why. If they go by critical reception, then critics have always lowballed Eminem's projects, so it didn't just start with Revival and Kamikaze. Nas's last 2 projects, for instance, got average reviews, so does that mean Nas has ruined his legacy because of those 2 projects if we go by that logic? Does this also apply to Kanye West too, whose last 2 projects have suffered the same fate? I'm just asking for a friend. Another one. Eminem rhymes words very well, but when was the last time he actually talked about something with content? Recovery maybe? 1 minute Twitter will tell you Eminem's Revival was a terrible album. Some even go as far and describe it as one of the worst albums of 2017. But you give them some time and the typical non-player character talking point to put down Eminem comes up with conflicting logic like Eminem only rhymes words without content. Revival was filled to the brim with content, so which is it? Just another generic talking point to trash Eminem as always. Someone gets it. All these replies just dissing Slim? Dudes left an incomparable impact on hip-hop when matched up with any of those auto-tuned out messes people listening to nowadays. Don't care if you don't listen to him, don't care if you don't like him, there's a clear reason he's on that list. Before we continue, remember to hit the like button if you enjoy content like this, and if you're new, also hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. The thing is, it's not up for discussion right now when it comes to Eminem's impact in the industry, and not just in hip-hop. Hip-hop is now at the forefront when it comes to music genres in the United States, and guess who comes out on top as hip-hop keeps growing? Eminem, without the help of radio and DJs, while telling it as it is, so also a win for free speech even if some get offended. How is this not a win for everyone? Just ask the Drakes, Coles and Kendricks and you'll have your answer. If that's not GOAT status impact, then no other artist has made an impact in hip-hop music, period. Kanye West today will say he's the greatest, but a few years ago he talked about how no one will ever surpass Eminem, and I did a video on that which you can find at the link that pops up now. When Pierre speaks so highly of you, what random accounts say on Twitter does not matter. These users state, he is, don't let internet cap fool you, is definitely a GOAT. That sums it up nicely, and this, people are really letting his later releases diminish his success and significance. If Biggie and Pac were alive, they probably would have fell off too. This says a lot about what's going on, and the fact is, Eminem still hasn't fell off. That's more applicable to Nas at this point. These days it seems like many would rather an artist kicks the bucket before they show some respect, which is why I've not bought into the Nipsey Hussle sudden respect because he passed away. Most didn't even know who he was until he passed, and now some even include him in top 10 lists of greatest rappers of all time. That's how far this hypocrisy can fly. I'll leave it at that, so leave your thoughts below, especially on why Genius chose to cover this now when the song has been out for months. Maybe the Eminem traffic was on the low side this month for them, who knows. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and see you on the next one.